Today's class by Carolina Foothills Federal Credit Union is about preparing for college. Consider all the options before preparing for college. There are many alternatives to college that will still prepare you for the future. Trade schools can teach you specific skills for necessary trades, like electrical, plumbing, cosmetology, welding, and many others. Often these schools work with local employers to train their students for specific jobs that are in high demand in the local industry. Technical schools are like trade schools but may have a wider variety of courses. Technical schools often offer bridge programs where you can take general education or prerequisite courses at a lower tuition cost and then transfer the credits to a 4-year college to complete your degree. Apprenticeships or internships are another option where you have on-the-job training in a specific line of work. The benefit of this is that you are gaining real-life experience and knowledge while earning money at the same time. There are also other options like the Peace Corps or the military. These organizations often offer travel opportunity and tuition assistance for its members. Also, you can consider taking a year off before going to college. During this time, you can explore other options, save money for college by working, get a better idea of what career you want to pursue, or take online classes. The first step to preparing for college is to choose a field of study. There are several things to think about. What do you see yourself doing in 5 years? Is there a field of study or a trade that you are very interested in? Ask for advice from family or a guidance counselor. Look at career statistics for different fields of study you are interested in. What classes did you enjoy the most in school? Look for something you enjoy but is also practical. The first 2 years of college are usually all generic classes, so it's a good time to take elective classes in fields of study you are interested in to see if that's a possible career choice for you. Consider the amount of schooling each field of study requires. A cosmetology degree usually only takes 2 years versus a medical degree that takes longer than 8 years. The second step is to research colleges. Once you know what you would like to do, start researching schools that offer courses in that specific area. Find at least 3 schools that offer those courses and compare them to see if they meet your needs. Once you decide on a few schools, start comparing them and think about the following items: the length of the program, class sizes and formats, school ranking, tuition cost and food and lodging costs, financial assistance opportunities. After you compare them, schedule a tour with the admissions office and visit campus to get a feel for campus life. Visit as many as possible. Some institutions even provide specific weekends for visits, so you can see all the facets of campus life. Compare the extracurricular activities or clubs that each school offers, and make a list of the ones you are interested in. One thing to consider when comparing colleges is whether you need a 2-year degree or a 4-year degree. A 2-year degree is often an associate's degree, usually from a technical school. It will have a lot of general education classes. The average public school tuition in 2018 for a 2-year associate's degree was $3,570, and the average private tuition for a 2-year degree was $14,587. A bachelor's degree will usually be a 4-year degree from a college or university. It will have general education classes and specialty classes in a specified field. The average public tuition for a 4-year degree was $9,970. The average private tuition was $34,740, and the out-of-state tuition was $25,620. This does not include housing costs. The third step to preparing for college is to apply for colleges. Once you visit the campuses and compare the opportunities each provide, you can now start to narrow down your choices. Early admissions applications are usually due in November. These applications usually receive first consideration for admission, and they are processed within a month or 2. Regular admissions applications are usually due by January, and you should receive a decision by March or April. Late admission applications are accepted by some schools if they still have classes with empty spots. Most college admission applications require an essay or personal statement submission in addition to the regular application. Some schools also require you to submit letters of recommendation. You will also need to have your transcripts and ACT or SAT test scores sent to the admissions office. Be prepared to pay an enrollment and/or application fee when you submit your application. The fourth step to preparing for college is paying for college. Start planning early. Get acquainted with the FAFSA. Complete any aid forms or applications ahead of time. Look into several types of funding, such as grants. Grants usually don't have to be repaid. They are awarded based on a student's financial need. They may include a service obligation like a teach grant. Scholarships are another type of funding. They are usually from nonprofit or private organizations who give you money for school based on your academic merit, talent, or interest in an area of study. Check online for scholarship opportunities that you may be eligible for. You can also do a work-study program. You can pay for a part of your tuition by working on campus while attending school. Usually, the money from your job goes straight towards your tuition bill, and this does not have to be repaid. Student loans are another way that you can fund your college education. This is money that is loaned to you for school expenses and must be repaid with interest. The FAFSA is a free application for federal student aid. Schools use the data from the FAFSA to determine how much financial assistance you qualify for. You will not be able to receive any financial assistance without filling this out. Fill it out even if you don't think you will need it. The application will ask a series of questions which include personal information for you and your parents, income information for you and your parents, any assistance you expect to receive for tuition or college expenses, and the names of the colleges you are applying to. You will need to complete a FAFSA renewal each year that you are in school. To apply for scholarships, start early and have your paperwork ready. Some of the paperwork you might need include letters of recommendation, transcripts, essays, and proof of eligibility. Make sure to check deadlines for when applications or essays are due. Make sure the scholarship you are applying for does not affect other scholarship, grants, or financial aid. Check all available resources for scholarship opportunities, such as foundations you are a part of, credit unions, local businesses, etc., organizations related to your field of interest, state grant agencies, the U.S. Department of Labor research tools, and online searches. Student loans can cover any leftover tuition costs that are not covered by other sources of financial aid. Start the process by filling out the FAFSA. It may take a couple weeks to receive an update on your application. The schools you applied to will receive a copy of the FAFSA and send out financial aid award letters. These letters will detail any grants or student loans that are available to you. You can choose to accept or decline the offers. Make sure you only borrow what you need. The more you borrow, the higher your payment will be and the more interest you will pay. Keep in mind that there are different types of student loans, such as federal versus private loans, and subsidized versus unsubsidized. Federal loans offer fixed rates and lower payments. They usually do not require a credit check or cosigner. No payments are required until after you leave college or drop below half-time enrollment. They also offer many repayment plans. They have an initial grace period, which is typically 6 months after you finish school. Some of their flexible repayment options include the standard repayment plan. The repayment on this loan is split into equal payments over a set period of time. This option will be the quickest way to pay off your student loan. The graduated repayment starts your payment out at a lower amount, and after 2 years it increases by 7%, and every 2 years after that. The idea is for your payment to increase as your income increases. The income-driven repayment is where your payment is set at about 15% of your annual gross income, and it can take anywhere from 10 to 25 years to pay off the student loan. The income contingent repayment is similar to the income-driven plan, but the payment is set at 20% of your gross annual income, so the payment is a little higher and the loan will be paid off sooner. The pay-as-you-earn repayment plan is a new plan that only applies to loans received after October of 2011. This plan offers the lowest monthly payment possible and sets your payment at 10% of your annual gross income. You can get a private student loan through a private lender, like a bank, credit union, or other financial company, like SoFi or Discover. Private loans aren't based on financial need, and you aren't required to fill out the FAFSA in order to qualify. They usually require a credit pull, and you may be required to have a cosigner if you have low or no credit. Many private lenders offer other benefits, such as low rates and no fees, no prepayment penalties, a tax deduction on the interest paid, and the ability to refinance or consolidate your loans. You can compare private loan options at privatestudentloans.com. Subsidized versus unsubsidized. The subsidized loans are where the government pays for a portion of the loan by paying the interest while you are in school. Once you graduate, you have a 6-month grace period before you are required to start making payments. These loans are based on financial need, and you are required to complete the FAFSA. These loans are usually the best student loan option. The unsubsidized loans are where there's no payment subsidy on the loans, and they begin earning interest the day you get the loan. Usually, these loans have a 6-month grace period after graduation before you are required to start making payments. They are not based on financial need, but they are available to graduate students as well as undergraduate students. Paying down the interest each month while you are in school will help pay it off sooner. Here are some statistics about student loan debt in America. 1 out of 5 Americans and 42% of millennials have taken out student loans. The current outstanding student loan debt in the U.S. is $44.7 million. The average monthly payment is $393, and the average debt ranges from $18,838 to $36,854. In South Carolina, the average student loan debt is $30,891, and the percentage of students with debt is 58%. The percentage of students who are past due or in default on their student loans is 13.13. It's important to set financial goals when taking out a student loan. Many student loans can take up to 20 years to pay off and can have a long-term impact on your finances. It impacts your credit because most student loans report to all 3 credit bureaus, and if you fall behind on your payment, this will lower your credit rating for up to 7 years. If your student loans go to collections, you may have part of your income tax refund applied towards the balance. It also impacts your debt ratio. Having a student loan payment will affect your debt ratio since this is an additional payment you will need to make each month. This is an important factor to consider when purchasing a home, as most mortgage lenders will count at least 1% of your student loan as the monthly payment, even if they are deferred or on a special repayment plan. It also affects how much interest you pay. After you graduate, most student loans continue to accrue interest, even if they are deferred or on a special repayment plan. The interest is added to your balance, which increases your loan amount, making it take even longer to pay the loan off. Student loans also impact your financial stability. Having a student loan payment can impact your ability to put aside savings, save for retirement, travel, buy a car, continue your education, and seek other opportunities. Here are some helpful tips on how to manage and pay off your student loans faster. Make extra payments. Avoid deferment or forbearance. Refinance or consolidate your loans. Make bi-weekly instead of monthly payments. Take advantage of any discounts offered, like auto pay discounts. Start repayment before you graduate. Get a job that offers student loan forgiveness. Make a budget or debt payoff plan. Get a part-time second job and apply that income towards the student loan. Use any additional income you receive, such as bonuses, raises, tax refunds, or gifts, and apply them towards the student loan balance. Thank you for taking this class about preparing for college, presented by Carolina Foothills Federal Credit Union, a local not-for-profit financial cooperative. My name is Grace Simonelli, and you can reach me at gsimonelli@carolinafoothillsfcu.coop. You can also reach me at 864-385-6993. Thank you.